Yeah. I fucking, it's all right.
I was at Starbucks earlier and they go, I get my name. They go, Y or I? I said, wow. Usually nobody ever asked me that.
Jeez Louise.
Why or I?
Yeah.
Why or I?
BRYAN.
Yeah,
Yeah, but why would it?
Because it's
I guess.
2024 and
It's
people
nice.
spell their shit all over the place.
But I mean,
Brian
it's-
with a Y?
Yeah.
I got a Tazo
I know.
Berry.
I was like weirdly impressed that they
shaker
even
for
gave
Brian
a
on
shit.
Y.
Right. Well, nobody ever asked me, oh, Louisa. Well, first off, they think Teresa, Melissa, and Lisa and everything else. But if they heard Louisa, they just automatically with the O.
Have you ever heard the band SNL sketch they won't show because they think it's really racist?
What is it?
It's the one where it's like a Starbucks at home barista machine, but it sounds like the black people that work at Starbucks.
Oh my God.
So the girl comes up,
What?
she's like, what's your name? And it goes like,
Jeez
Karen
Louise.
goes, I got a flat white for Katufa. She's like, Katufa? She's like, Karen, yeah, Katufa. I'll send it to you. It's you can find it on YouTube.
That's
but
crazy.
yeah, it's really, really funny.
So they didn't air this.
Well, I think it aired once, but they're kind of, it is a little, it's
Yeah.
funny, but it's, listen, I'm okay with it, but like, I think people people are a little offended, I think, by
But you
it.
know what's insane too? Like, okay, so these clips will come up, from the past, like
Uh-huh.
all the old cartoon shows, the just the older cartoons, the ones with the trees and how everybody's like, wow, that was really racist. I can't believe that aired. I'm like, well,
Different time.
but also, can you believe it now too? There's not
Okay,
that
we're
much.
live.
Everybody, we're live.
Hi.
We're talking about how Louisa loves racism.
No.
Welcome to the show. Louisa, do you want to do a little Sig Heil to get us started? Louisa, from the river to
It's
the
like
sea.
saying
Am I right?
grace.
Am I right?
Oh wow.
No, everybody, we are so excited. By the way, if you're watching, hello, welcome. If you're listening,
with that?
it's a podcast. I'm done with
Gonna
that.
move it.
I'm sorry. Adam
No,
like
you're good. You're
Adam
good.
likes it
I'm
clean.
just clearing. No,
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't want to
Adam
knock
doesn't
it over.
all
on
of our aesthetic of all these wires.
Yeah.
Everybody, fucking hell. Welcome to the show. My name is Brian McCarthy. Sitting stage right, Adam Hineker. Sitting stage left is Louisa Flutzy.
Hi.
We haven't had the last time hold on.
Too long.
We've had lots of girls on the show, but they're
Duds.
no,
Or they're
they're
prettier than me. Which one? Is
no,
it?
they're
Oh.
trans.
Oh,
So we can't. It's so gross. You actually have the sex parts you were born with. I don't know what to do with that.
Wow. Okay,
I
wait.
know.
So that means I'm either more or less funny. It's probably on average less, but I'm a little bit different. So
Well,
hopefully I'll entertain you guys today.
It's gonna be great. Listen, I'm not. I just the fact that you're binary is. I mean, it's funny because I have a daughter who's 17 and she's like, Dad, are you disappointed in me? I'm a binary girl who likes boys. I'm like, get out of my house.
binary, like you like both. What's binary?
Is that like cisgender?
Oh, like you don't identify.
No, binary means you identify as the gender you are born as.
Okay.
Non-binary would mean like
right.
okay, hold on. I'm probably gonna fuck this up.
I thought non-binary was like somewhere in between.
I think
non-binary is you don't identify as either sex.
Oh, okay.
yes, exactly
You're
right.
non-binary.
Yeah, you just
Haven't declared a major.
yeah.
Right.
You're like
Remember those days? Stressful as fuck.
I'm still holding out.
I mean, you're 17 and you got to know what the fuck you want to do for the rest of your life. I'm
Oh.
sorry, that's not going to happen.
Oh yeah, general
Like
studies or
gender
something.
wise.
Yeah, like I
No,
said,
everything.
when I was
everything.
17, I'm a bio major.
Yeah.
I actually said I was a biology and chemistry major. Wow.
That's a lot of math.
Who was I?
Yeah. Did you ever think you were going to get into pre-med or something? Like why would you
I was
pick-
pre-med.
right?
And then I ended up becoming a scientist for I actually was.
Becoming a
That's such a
weird,
sounds
weird
like a-
way to word it.
yeah. By the way, that
I
sounds like such a
became-
comic book thing to
Bob's
say.
your
right?
uncle. I'm a scientist.
I was.
That's like if your dad has a GED, doesn't know what his daughter does. I don't know. She's a scientist.
She
I
does
know.
science stuff.
Yeah.
I know people say that, but I actually did it.
I just picture you with like beakers and a Bunsen burner.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're like,
No,
Lab
I did.
coat.
I was. Oh my God. Wow. You're bringing me back. Those days were really
These were
stressful.
science days.
Yeah. And you know what? The science, the labs, everything
Is
is
this
really
like
cool.
research?
Yeah. I did a lot of,
Okay.
aside from just taking classes for my majors.
out in Stony Brook.
Yeah. I was out at Stony Brook.
So what kind of science did you work on?
well,
What kind of sciencing?
there's like the chemistry labs, there's like the bio labs where you're like dissecting the frogs and shit.
What kind of science do you do?
Hey,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Hey,
Hey, let me get a coffee with the science
I'm
girl
doing
over
science
here.
over here.
Oh. What do you call the blood spinning machine? It's a centrifuga.
Centrifuga.
It's a centrifuga over here. Look
I
at
wish.
it.
Listen, I would still
Damn.
be in science if my colleagues at the time were like actually funny. I would walk into the lab every day and everyone was like,
That's the only thing that's keeping you from from
Hey,
science.
Yeah.
You're like,
A
I-
lack of
I
humor.
would cure
Uh,
so much fucking cancer if somebody around me
Yeah.
had
If
a
somebody
personality.
cracked a joke.
a little
Yeah.
levity.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, I was the only one cracking the jokes, and people were just like, "Get the fuck out."
But isn't it okay?
Huh.
So, because I do know, I mean, I knew about the chemistry and I knew about the biology and I knew about Stony Brook. I know about the flouting and everything
Yes.
else and the modeling and all that stuff. But why did you not just finish the whole pre-med bullshit
Yeah.
thing? I mean, I don't blame you. I
Well,
would
because it's another 7 years, right? If you're gonna go ahead and get a PhD, you
Right.
gotta like really be in it because you want to be in it,
Right,
right? It's
right.
not that's not something you do because you're just like, oh, what do I do with my life?
right.
So at that point, I was just like, you know what? I didn't have the heart in me to like stay behind the bench and keep like doing experiments. As much as I love it academically,
Sure.
I just didn't love it. You know, every day you get up, like when you get up every day and you go to work,
Right.
most people hate their life.
Yeah.
I didn't want that to be me.
Yeah. Sure. Plus,
Plain and
also,
simple.
plus also like you're in a lab coat and everything.
I mean,
like
that
you-
was cute, you know, with the glasses.
Right.
gotta
Yeah,
rock-
you could cinch it maybe in the middle.
Oh my God.
Imagine.
Create a nice silhouette.
That's what I'm
Yeah,
talking about.
maybe.
I would have been in the lab, like fussing with
Ooh.
my shit
Yeah.
and my
Yeah,
high
you
heels.
could have been like the Elle Woods of maybe of the lab.
You
Like,
could-
you should have been like,
Yeah,
you know, a
right.
lot of
you could
glitter
zhuzh
and-
it up with a nice scarf,
Sure.
you know, a nice Hermes scarf, perhaps,
Hermes
and yeah,
scarf.
Oh yeah, scarf
Yeah.
would be great
I
with,
know.
the,
Neck.
with a lab coat.
Oh,
yeah.
fashion and science.
But and everyone was it kind of a stereotypical like group of nerds that you worked with, or I mean,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like everybody's foreign, which you know,
Okay.
no offense to
No,
anybody who's
none
not
taken.
American or
no,
anything.
of course
but
not. No,
Okay.
shout out to Ted.
everybody's foreign, so like
That-
you know, it's just and honestly though,
Did everyone smell weird?
well, everyone was just.
What kind of lunch is this? It's still moving.
I know,
Yeah,
I know, and like nobody wore cologne, God forbid,
no. And if
because
they,
you're in a lab, like everybody's gonna like have different smells, and just wasn't gonna work out. It just,
I would think you wouldn't want a lot of fragrances in a lab
yeah.
setting.
Also
Like I feel like that would throw things off.
yeah,
Well, you're
Plus-
not doing experiments with your nose, like you're not just sniffing shit all
Okay.
day.
yeah, I call
I
it
don't
no.
know.
I do experiments with my
Fuck
nose.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, I do.
Experiments.
Yeah. How much booger sugar can I do on a Friday night? This is going great.
Yeah.
I'm winning all the experiments.
I gotta do a little
Yeah.
cross
Now,
examining.
when you're
Fuck
dating,
with
yeah, fucking God bless.
can't think of the
Catholics.
word that I'm looking
Yeah.
for.
Did you when you're
Cross-reference.
dating somebody? Do you what's your take on cologne?
You know what?
Go ahead.
I appreciate it, but not when it's overwhelming.
No.
And it has to be right
Mm.
with your chemistry. I feel like some guys, you know, they'll really put on
Chemistry.
something like musky.
Ew,
And it's just like, bro, like this doesn't work here.
no.
Okay.
But they think it does because maybe they like the scent. So there's a difference. Just because you like a scent doesn't mean it works for you. I like
So
a
you
lot
think,
of scents.
You think like if it's musky, he's got to be kind of a rugged,
I don't know. I think
Like
musky never
maybe
works.
a rugged type.
Like there's a couple of things I hate. Patchouli. Ugh.
Oh, patchouli's, yeah.
Yeah, or
Yeah, it makes
sandal.
you think of hippies.
Yeah, sandalwood. Any of that musky. I
See,
don't.
Sandalwood,
Yes.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken,
Go ahead.
in Santal by Le Labo.
Oh,
Santal
yeah,
33.
Santal Babelabal.
Uh-huh. I think it has like some sandalwood in there.
Elements of sandalwood.
Elements.
Yes.
Right. So when it's done right,
But it should be something that you are surprised by or something.
yeah, you know.
Yeah, no. I have one of the doormen in my building is always trying to like give me like cologne. He's like,
Is
"Yo,
he really?
Brian, you want?" I'm like, I'm always very polite. I'm like, "Yeah," because I don't wear cologne. I think,
It's such a personal thing too.
yeah.
You gotta really know what somebody likes
Plus,
or
I think
wears.
you really have to take yourself pretty seriously. I think if you're,
really,
I feel like guys that wear cologne are kind of guys that wear like jewelry. Like it's a
Pinky
very
ring.
slippery slope.
but wait,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true. But also,
Go ahead.
men who can rock actual rings, like it's hot.
Okay.
I have to say, I like a little bit of the style.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
it's
with
hot.
you. No, I
The
mean,
rings,
it's-
the bracelets.
No,
Bangles.
you have to
Bangles.
commit to that. Like it's a
It's
real,
got to be a look.
yeah, it's definitely
Right.
part of a look. It comes with, yeah, like some kind of like,
But you could pull it off.
yeah, but I wouldn't.
Like put a little skull on somewhere.
You
Okay.
wanna
But you gotta.
I have
but you
one on
gotta
now. You
also-
want to find it?
Right. Yes.
You gotta put a little like necktie. You gotta do something.
I just got a newer tattoo. This is good because
You
I
got a
like
newer
I like
tattoo?
Richie Rich. So see what I got there. I got a little Richie Rich. Isn't that
That's
cute?
new?
Yeah, well, new. I mean, what,
Oh.
are you on my OnlyFans?
you.
'Cause
No,
it's
I
yeah.
have not. I've not seen
It's
you.
been a while. I've seen
shirtless.
you in a couple of years. I feel like it's been at least
Yeah.
you and
it really
I.
has.
Wait, how long have you been in this apartment?
Well, I've been in this one.
Yes,
before.
you were here.
Yeah,
about
because
a-
she was here.
Yeah, she was here about a year ago,
Year ago.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
probably.
Year ago.
Yeah. But you and I had lunch at the steakhouse on 40th Street at
Oh,
the
we
Dillon
did?
Hotel. That was
Was
all
that a
right.
year ago?
Ooh.
Yeah, that was like no,
No, that was
that was
longer
like
than that.
3 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
rolled up in your bike. It was hot as shit.
The bike.
You came
Did
your
I?
bike, yeah, because you live not too far from
cute.
me.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I've biked to the club in 4-inch heels before. And when people like remember that I do
club,
this,
huh?
it shocks me every time. Yeah, no, I've literally like when I was younger,
Yeah.
Bike
right.
to the
about
club.
to give it away.
Like the dance club.
Now you bike to your book club.
No, I
Right.
don't read.
You're
Get the
that
hell outta
age,
here.
right?
I read,
Yeah.
bro. I read like articles. I do that. I
You
read
like-
articles.
You don't like books?
Yeah.
If I asked you like what your favorite book
Oh,
is,
I haven't read a book in like since
Mm.
I was in school.
okay, all right. Well, because you're more of a science person.
Yeah, I like articles. I read a lot, but I yeah.
Science people don't read.
No, they read
I
a
would
lot.
think there would be a lot.
But
yeah,
I
they
just
would think
don't
they would
read
read
for
a lot.
fun. Yeah, I don't read for fun. I haven't
Okay.
picked up a book. Like, what are you reading? Nothing. I'm reading
Yeah.
nothing.
But it's also better than it's because like what are you gonna be like being a book club or something? Because of my eyeballs, like I listen to
Yeah.
books and I really do like
Sure.
listening to books.
Maybe I should listen. To
I
both.
love it. A
Oh,
nice
yeah.
crisp narration of
Oh,
a
yeah.
book.
Oh, yeah, sometimes they're beautifully
Okay,
done.
men
Yeah.
or women voice? Which one?
I don't know. Depends on what
Yeah.
on what the book is.
I like pirate books.
You like
Arr!
Sure.
So you need-
Today was
you
a
need a
good
pirate.
day. Like, we
Yeah.
were rounding Cape Horror, me ladies, or, that kind of stuff.
I would
Yeah, I don't
not.
Pirate
mind that.
stories.
I couldn't listen to that shit.
No.
I mean, I couldn't listen to a person talking like that.
I like to go on Audible and I'll put like because this is how I find porn too.
I was just gonna say.
I put searches of words. So like, do you know what party and play is in the gay community?
Party and play,
Yes.
like cocaine and
Well,
ass fucking.
Close.
Am I close?
Hey, all right. That sounds like
It's more meth,
that
right?
sounds like my kind of party. All right. You're
Cocaine,
not wrong.
ass
Right.
No, party and play.
It's meth and cuddling.
Yes, it's
Ooh.
meth and it's protracted gay drug sex. So I think it can be cocaine, but traditionally it's crystal meth.
Yeah.
Also in that context, it's referred to as Tina. So it's
Mm.
Tina, party and play. So
Yeah.
let's say you're on Grinder. Let's say
Wait
you're
a minute. There was a whole bunch of information that
Go ahead,
almost
sweetheart.
went
Go-
over
let
my
get
head.
that out of your hand. Go
Okay,
ahead.
okay,
What is
please.
it? What
Okay,
is
let
it?
me know.
What do you
Tell
wanna
me
know?
again. Explain.
Okay, here's what it is. So let's say you're on Grinder.
Yes.
Let's say you're married but it's not working out and you probably think that you're not straight anymore, but you're going to lose a bunch of weight and just see how it goes.
Okay.
Let's say you're that guy.
Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Hypothetically. And you have a dog that hates you. No, but so let's say you're on Grinder, right? And
Yeah.
you're filling out your profile. On the profile, it might say bareback, it might say condom only, it might say circumcised, blah, 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 blah. There'll be a little button there that says P/P, which means party and
Party
play.
and play.
I'm shocked at bareback. Like
Well,
literally?
I guess so.
Wait, do you think that's an actual option on Grindr?
That's what I'm
Is that-
saying. Is
I don't
this
know that
real?
it's
I think
sanctioned, is
That's
it?
probably my Grinder and my fantasy Grinder. It is.
You have an add-on,
Yeah,
right?
I
You
have-
have to download from the
Listen,
App Store,
I
the dark web.
I guarantee there's a version of Grinder. Maybe it's not Grinder. I know Ted, you might want to jump in here, but there's a version of Grinder where it's like for like bareback and hardcore
yeah.
drug sex.
Or they could just write in their profile, like I'm friends with Tina or something. Like,
Oh wow. Okay.
come
well,
hang
I'm
out. with
sorry.
my-
I'm like
me and my
interrupting you
girl
left and
Tina.
right.
Yeah.
You were
No,
about
no.
to tell me, Tina.
Yeah, Tina's crystal meth. It's what gay
Oh.
guys call crystal meth. They call it Tina.
All right.
So you say, yeah, like you would put, for example, you're probably right. It's probably more like in your
I
profile.
would imagine. I mean, there might be a box. I don't know how
No, there's
hardcore
a-
it
you
is.
gotta check
There's
it off.
Hey, there's a
There's
box.
one.
There's a fart box.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's basically like it's when you would reach out to someone in Grinder or other gay dating, sex
Yeah.
apps, and you would say, "Hey, I'm out with my friend Tina, looking to not wear a raincoat at the sex gay party. Want to party? Must host."
I like that
Must host.
they used code up until
Well, yeah,
sex
right.
day
It's
parties.
like-
You just run out of code through the Tina raincoat, come in my butt.
Hold on, you know,
yes.
Are you
The code
divorced
really
now? What's
dropped off.
happening? here? Are you telling us something? Is this a confession?
I'm very happy.
No,
Just-
we're
Okay.
just we're
We're
just
just- no.
I'm
talking
just,
hypothetical.
I like to ask questions. I never know.
Funny. Yeah,
Yeah.
show off. This is me asking you out.
Yeah.
This is a cry for elaborate cry
Exactly.
for help.
Before you show up, I asked Adam, I'm like, I'm too old for her, but am I skinny enough for her now? I'm too old.
Yes. Let's
I-
give a one time
Yeah,
for
too
the
old.
loss of weight,
Yeah,
baby.
too old
Looking
for-
good.
Yeah. How do you maintain your fantastic figure?
I don't eat. I mean, really.
Okay.
But do you like
Yeah.
food?
I do. I love to eat. But
So-
here's the thing.
Go ahead.
You love to eat, and then you get into a rhythm where you don't eat, and then your stomach just like shrinks on its own.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
you just don't eat as much.
Yes.
But
Which
then
is
you can
perfect.
you can get back into the eating more.
Right.
And then you're down that slope again. So it's just it's a back and forth constantly about how much do I really want to eat.
But I mean, if you didn't watch but you're not prone, you have a very, like, your
Well,
body.
you're probably naturally
I'm
like pretty
naturally-
slender.
Yeah, I'm naturally slender, but though,
but
but if I went on a eating rice every day at like 11 p.m. before bed binge, I'm gonna,
what kind of diet is that? The Vietnamese POW
Midnight.
insomniac diet?
Yeah, midnight in Saigon.
midnight. No, I love rice. Anybody who really, really knows me, they know I love rice.
Yeah.
I'll eat any kind of
Okay.
rice,
Okay.
just straight. Like I'll eat white rice straight. Like I swear, I don't know why.
There's a Thai restaurant by my house, and they have this dessert. It's a mango sticky rice.
Oh,
And it's like
interesting.
this fucking
Alright.
big thing
I
of
don't know.
like white rice with like a sugar, like a brown sugar crust on it, kind of like a creme brulee.
Now you're fucking it all up. I mean, like
What's the dessert?
yeah.
But I'm just saying, I look at that, I'm like, I gained 5 pounds just thinking about it, because it's
Sure.
like, it's a big thing of white rice already in
Carbs,
trouble.
yeah,
Now
sugar.
it's covered in like a thick thing, and then it's full of like mango gummy bears.
Yeah.
And then it
Yeah.
comes with a Kit Kat bar stuck in the top.
God, really?
And then it's deep fried. No, that part, no.
Okay.
But everything else, yes. So yeah, no, rice will fuck you up.
Yeah,
But,
it'll fuck you up. So that's what I mean. If you go on a binge of eating rice,
oh, what a lame
Okay.
binge.
Rice binge.
Rice.
Plain white.
I'd rather do
plain
go-
jasmine rice binge.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah. Wow.
The lamest
fucking,
bender you could
You're
go
at
on.
like
long grain, short grain, any rice, whatever you like.
you're
okay?
at like a 12-step meeting. Everyone's like, I've been sucking dick for fentanyl you're like, I have been eating so much white rice, you
Right.
guys,
so much white rice.
after 8 o'clock at night. I am going to be big as a house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know, really. And
I
then
like that
I'll
she's
gain.
in the same meeting with drug addicts.
Yeah,
For-
yeah.
for
not just
eating.
For rice.
for
Like
weight
we don't
loss.
have a separate. It's not
Somebody-
like a whole.
Listen,
nother
addiction is
program for
addiction.
that.
Okay.
Some guys over
Can't
there are like,
discriminate.
yeah, he's like
Alright.
picking his track marks. You're
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
my God, you guys ever go to Panda Express and just ask for just rice and then
Right.
go in the bathroom and eat it where God can't see you?
Sure.
Are you what size dress are you, like 3 or 4 or something like that?
No, I'm a 6.
A 6. All
Yeah,
right, I fucked
that's
that
already
up.
fat in the modeling world. But
Yeah,
I
but
try to
you're,
be a 4.
you're tall.
I
though.
know.
You're
Yeah.
very you're proportionate. I know it
Thank
feels like
you.
I'm coming onto you, but like
No, it's
you're
all right.
very
I like to hear it.
yeah, your arms and
He's
your
coming on you in like a very technical way.
Yes, I like that.
Your
I like
arms
He
that.
are-
likes to do it right.
It's a little bit different than the
Yeah.
typical "Ayo ma"
Yeah.
down
Sure.
the street.
I'm really out of practice.
Shut
Yeah.
it.
Your arms are long. That's
Wow.
good for
love it.
sweaters.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell me I'm good. How do you-
That's like a
right.
Canadian come on.
Have you ever heard about erectile dysfunction? Asking for a friend. So what's been going on with you? Like you're out there. Are you
Yeah.
still single?
I am dating. I'm always dating. There was always a.
I don't think last time you were
somebody.
even dating.
Oh, I wasn't
I don't think
a
so.
year ago. What the fuck was I?
You were
doing?
telling us like
I don't
horror
remember.
like Tinder horror stories.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Yeah, I've always been on and off with these apps in life, and
Yeah.
then just.
Well, I remember you were dating a dentist for a while.
Oh yeah, that was the pandemic.
Yeah,
Oh,
pandemic.
shit,
That was
really?
the
You were
pandemic.
dating a dentist?
Yeah, I
Right.
know.
No, that's
Crazy,
funny.
right?
All
I think
right.
that must have been something you talked about at lunch because
You know-
I wasn't privy to that.
Yeah.
You were very
That's fine.
sweet. You were very political when I asked you about him. I'm like, how's it going? You were like, he's nice.
He's nice.
You were like, but I think he was
Diplomatic.
boring.
Nice at the end, but
He wasn't so
fuck
nice
him.
at the end.
No, fuck him.
Oh, yeah, fuck him. I
Yeah, fuck this
agree.
guy.
But
Always. All the guys have passed. Fuck them.
Fuck them. Huh?
Unless they were like a good person, and some of them are still good people. I guess I don't really talk to them.
it's not a good match. But I'm
Wasn't a
saying
good match.
if it was a good match,
What-
you'd still be matched.
yeah.
I'd
What
still be
was it?
matched.
What was the thing with the dentist? You say he was just kind of boring.
No, well, I mean,
Or-
like he couldn't accept that I do body art. I'll just say that.
What a fucking-
Got you. He was a little.
He was
he was
very-
not
It was
open
interesting.
to.
Yeah, like I would say he was insecure,
right.
but he's the type of person that didn't think that he was. But then he like asked me to stop doing it.
No,
Sure.
can't do that.
So it's just like, you don't meet somebody and then you date them and then you're like, hey, like I'm uncomfortable with something that I knew that you've been doing since
Can't.
before I met
Right.
you.
No,
Yeah,
can't
it's
do that.
tricky.
That's kind of like a number
Sure.
one thing you don't do. You just don't date the person if that's the case.
Like
Anyway.
my ex-girlfriend was a stripper
Ah.
for years, and when we started dating, she was a dancer, she was a stripper,
Yeah.
and I didn't have a problem with the stripping. The thing that I have a problem with is that she didn't like doing it, and she would just get fucked up, and like I would pick her. I'd have to go pick her up
Oh,
at
she
like
didn't like
flash
doing it.
dancers, and she'd be like literally drunken, sitting on
Oh.
some Ecuadorian landscaper's lap with a Miss Pac-Man hat on. That actually happened once.
Yeah, that gets a
No
little
way.
dicey when
Yeah.
you're talking about actual contact.
Well, okay, none of that I cared about. It was more like her mental health. I was like,
Yeah.
listen, I don't give a shit what you do all day long. And if she would come home and be like, oh my God, I had like 9 guys came in their pants today, I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Let's go have
Let's
white
go have
rice.
dinner.
Yeah, I don't. I really don't care.
Let's
if
go
you're
have
okay
Thai
with it,
food.
I'm okay with it. Like
Drown
I'm.
our sorrows
Yeah.
in white rice.
But she wasn't okay with it.
But she was. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like she was
Yeah,
miserable
right.
about it. So
Right.
it by that metric, anybody who does something that you're in a relationship with and they hate what they're doing, then that's the problem. But
yeah.
what you're saying, if you're dating some dentist, imagine if you were like, you will never do another root canal, and if you're going to be
Imagine.
with me.
Never
He'd
do
be like,
another
yeah.
You can't be in any other bitch's mouth
Hello?
except mine.
Yes. Oh, would you scrape a bitch's mouth today? Were you scraping mouths all day?
Like, oh, were her teeth prettier than mine?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a no.
Did he ever?
I can only deal with fucked up teeth.
Did he ever fuck up? Did he ever check out your own teeth?
I never asked them to.
No.
I never had to.
Interesting.
Yeah, I had my own dentist. I was like, I don't need you.
No, you don't want to.
Even when
you
you're with a
think
man, I
that
don't
was,
need you.
Contentious.
It is kind of
maybe?
gross to like date some. I would definitely, if I was a
Like,
dentist, yeah. Unless I notice some real problems. Unless you had like rotten gums
Yeah,
or something,
right.
I'd be like, baby.
And also too, I
Go ahead.
did not even want to show him my mouth because of that fear. It's just
Yeah.
like, oh, like I don't want you to like judge me, you know? Because like I don't
Yeah.
know, people are not as open. I'm a very open person.
You
I
are.
tell you exactly what the fuck is on my mind.
Yes, sure.
Like you lost weight, so before you were
Thank
fat.
you. Yeah, I was fat.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that's what I mean. But like he
What?
wasn't that person.
just
Whatever.
happened?
She's not wrong. She's fine. Hey,
That was like
does
your
it make you?
example of like
Yes.
I say it like
you
it
feel-
is. or
Yeah,
what?
but yeah,
Go
exactly.
ahead.
But like,
Okay.
but a lot of people in general, they'll be like,
Say it
"Oh, you
again.
look good."
Yeah, no, you're highly autistic. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, I think that's
you have
they used to call that
Asperger's.
Asperger's.
Yeah, they call it. You're on the spectrum. It's fine. We don't care.
Uh-huh.
It's
You know?
fine.
But he was the type of person that wouldn't just tell it. He would just kind of be like,
Hemming and hawing.
"Yeah," and I'm just like, I don't want to know hem and haw. I want to know.
Wait, so
What the fuck is up?
when he kind of when things came to a head, or you guys talked about the body art thing, I mean,
Yeah.
do you feel like he was not direct about that, or
Well,
do you just mean he wasn't direct about anything?
well, I guess in the beginning, no, and then eventually it was just like, well, I don't want you to do it anymore, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? Like we're already in 6 months, and you're gonna say this anyway? Fuck him. Why are we talking about this?
We don't have to.
No, we're
talking
No,
about
we
your,
just, I just,
you know.
no, we're not talking about him per se. I'm just asking
Yeah.
about. So, is there somebody? Is there like a main guy right now, or are you just kind of
Yeah.
out there? What's his story?
What's his story? Well, I don't like, like I
Well,
don't.
we don't have to talk about it. Then. We
Yeah,
don't-
I don't really
Okay.
like.
Are you
talk-
happy? That's all we need to know. Are you happy?
I am.
Happy-ish.
Well, I'm happy.
Okay.
But there's a lot of things like, in any relationship,
Go ahead.
it's kind of newish too.
Okay. How long? Was it my doorman? You just met him?
Yeah, exactly.
Did he try to give you cologne?
I want perfume though.
Sure.
But no, I mean, like anyway, relationships are just they're